Hey, how you doing, everybody? Michael Lewis Hudson. Welcome back to the channel. So we're gonna get right into it. So I did a Zoom interview with Tommy Whiffen, who's the top Kino body coaches in the entire world, and his sole purpose is to inspire people with his fitness journey and continue to guide all the Kino warriors and people who have bought the programs and things of that nature. If you haven't seen already, I did a collaboration with him just a few days ago. Hit that time card right here. I worked out like him for an entire day. It was a really awesome workout. But other than that, here's the interview, you guys. Make sure you watch it in its entirety because it's super inspiring. He talks about his fitness goals, what KINOBODY'S about, how it changed his life for the better, and I just had a blast talking to him. All right, guys, enjoy the interview. All right, hey everybody, Michael Lewis Hudson, welcome back to the channel. So I'm here with Tommy Whiffen. He is my fellow Kino warrior. Super inspiring guy. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. I'll be sure to put his tag there. How you doing, Tommy?
Real good, man. Real good. Thank you.
Nice.
How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Beautiful weather here in the States, in Seattle, Washington. Don't know if you've ever been here or not, but
no, not yet. I'm obviously gonna make a trip over at some point. We're gonna have a Kino meet or something. But...
Yes, sir. Yeah, you got a place to stay, man. And I'm building up my home gym, so we're gonna have to.
Oh, that'd be epic, mate. But yeah, England here today is a pretty stereotypical rainy old England today.
You know the weather in England, is it pretty similar to the States, like during the summer, or is it kind of like reverse like Australia, or what's going on?
No, it's very similar to the States, but then again, like it changes just like that. It can go from, you can have a week of just like downpour and like being quite cold to suddenly like a heat wave for like a week and a half, and then it just goes back to being cloudy. But yeah, same as like your winter, your fall, like spring and summer and whatnot. So summer's sort of June, July, August time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, man, you know we've been Kino warriors for quite some time. I mean, I discovered,
man.
Yeah, I mean, I discovered the program probably like 4 years ago. I made multiple videos about it, you know, how it's changed my life, and, you know, following your journey, same thing. You know, I've seen you make huge progress, my man. And, you know, I just want to get your take about, you know, how you discovered KINOBODY. I mean, what your life was like before it and how it was like after it.
Well, funny enough, I was actually just talking to my mum about this. Like, it's about 3.5 years ago since I started my first program. And 3 months prior to that is when I first discovered Greg. I'd like just come home from, I say traveling, I wasn't really traveling. I lived in Madagascar for 8 months. So I was doing my Baddie dive master. So I lived on an island. I wasn't traveling around. I just lived on an island, and I came back, and I'd spent all my money traveling, which I don't regret at all. The experience was the experience of a lifetime. But I kind of ended up in a low place, like no money. I was living at home, like sponging. Well, I say sponging. I was living. My parents were gracious enough to let me stay here until I like basically got back on my feet. But like, I was in a very low place. Like, I came across Greg in about what was it, October 2017. The you know, you used to do those adaptation
American
those YouTube videos, like the real Bruce Wayne one and stuff like that. I watched the Limitless one.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the very first time I came across Greg, and it was just like, because I used to be like, before KINOBODY, I'd never stepped into a gym. I was always that kind of like geeky kid at school. Like everyone else out playing sports, and then I'd be off in the woods with a like wooden sword, pretending I was Aragorn or Legolas or something from Lord of the Rings.
Look, you look like Legolas, man.
Oh, thank you, man. Orlando Bloom, he's a good-looking guy. But yeah, so like, and then from like that kind of personality I had, I was kind of like, I don't know, I had a very negative view on like the fitness industry, and to me, I was very narrow-minded about it at the time. I was very like, oh, you've got to be a gym bro, you've got to train like 6-7 days a week for like 2 hours a day, and like just lift weights and be on potentially go on steroids and stuff to get a really good body. And in the back of my head, I always had this notion. I was like, well, how did our ancestors do it? Like, they didn't have a gym, they didn't have time to eat like every 3 hours, and they didn't have scales so they could eat like this specific portion of chicken every 3 hours. I was like, there's got to be more to it.
Right.
I was trying for like a couple of years prior. I've been trying all these different, like, going on all the like different YouTube channels, trying all these different workouts, and funnily enough, doing the 3 meals and these workouts, just burnt out every time, lost motivation, and tried to jump back on it. But like, I watched Greg's video, and there's like about a minute in, and he's just sitting on the laptop, and he's like, and I studied our ancestors. I was like, say what? And then just the rest of the video, he's like going on about like 3 days of training, lifting to get stronger, like training for power, strength, and whatnot. And I was just like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. This is like, yeah. So I like just looked like, I spent like the day just like looking into him and his company and everything. And I was like, right, I need one of these programs. But as I say, at the time I was like completely broke. I didn't have a penny to my name. So I was like, right, I'll start the fasting, and as soon as I get some money, I'm getting on this program. 3 months later, like, I think through like Christmas money and stuff like that from relatives, I had like just enough money for 1 month's membership at the gym and the Greek God program. So I was like, right, I don't care if I'm not going to be able to afford another month. I just need to get on it. So I just bought it. And then that sort of led to that whole like being, where you're like, you know, like the law of attraction, it's like be, and then everything kind of just falls into place. So like I took that leap of faith, and then about a week later I got the job, so then I could keep affording going to the gym. And well, I think I stayed on the Greek God after that for about 14 months, and then I hit Warrior Shred, got absolutely shredded, but still I had a lot of muscle potential to put on back then. So, but yeah, that was like the first year and a half, I think. Yeah, a little bit more, but
So you know, with that being said, like before you did the KINOBODY program, were you kind of, well, two questions. One, were you overweight? And two, were you happy like with your physique that you're at before you
that I'm glad you asked, actually, because when I was in Madagascar, I was eating well. We were having to put this 90-kilo engine on the boat and take it off every day. Like, you had the cylinders for the air and whatnot. I should really know what they're called because I studied it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like one of the only guys there at the time, so I was always doing the lifting, like lifting a 90-kilo engine twice a day up and down a beach. I kind of naturally just like built big traps, shoulders. Well, I say big, but like I got in decent shape. Yeah. And I was living like, I had long hair like I do now. I was just like living like a pirate on the beach, like with a pretty decent body. And then I came back, obviously, and as I say, like I got the travel blues. I didn't have a job. I kind of just went from all that activity to sitting around my house doing nothing all day for like 3 months. And like all the muscle just like went, and the belly just, you know, just came. And so, in fact, if you want, I'll send you a picture as well of the what I looked like before, like the day I started KINOBODY. But yeah, I went from like an average body to like just skinny fat, you know, like 3 months. So it was just, yeah, I look back at the pictures. You can even see it in my face, like compared to my face now, just like the expressions, like the feelings from the inside out and whatnot. I just looked miserable, but yeah, man. It was. Yeah, so I got in all right shape, and then yeah, I kind of fell off before I found KINOBODY, and as soon as I found KINOBODY, like on the KINOBODY journey up until about the coaching, I've had like obviously I've fallen off the wagon a couple of times, but having KINOBODY is just like, you know exactly how to get back on the wagon.
Right. Exactly. And so, you know, with that being said, like, what would you say, like, okay, so why did you like stay with it? Like, what was it about the KINOBODY program that you're like, man, you know, I'm just going to keep going and keep smashing it? Cause you've been doing it for over 3 years. And a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of programs out there that are like, you know, you get burnt out after a while, you kind of get bored of it and you kind of do something new. So like, what did KINOBODY have that you're just like, man, I'm going to stay locked in for so long?
Because I would say I'm a very loyal person, and I like them quite relentless. Like if I've got my mind set on a goal or a vision or a dream, that dream is going to become a goal, and that goal is going to get achieved. It's like I knew exactly where I wanted to be, and it's like I knew KINOBODY could get me there. So every time I fell back off, it'd be that like pep talk, give yourself a bit more motivation, and just get back on it. So, but like over the whole journey, it's not just been a physical journey. It's like I think it's good that you fall off because you grow mentally as well and spiritually. So it's I wouldn't take back any of the times I've fallen off and gotten out of shape and had to get back on it, because you learn from it, and then you're better equipped next time it happens. Like, so
totally, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, I mean, what's kind of the top thing that you just love about, it can be the workout, the supplements, just the Kino body lifestyle in general? Like, what do you love most about it?
Oh, that's a difficult one, man. There's so much.
If you just had to pick one,
if I had to pick one, it'd just
Yeah.
be okay. No, I'm gonna pick two. I'm gonna pick two.
Sure.
One, just the balance of the whole lifestyle. Like, you're not, as you say, you're only working out 3 times a week. You're getting some like you're encouraged to get a load of steps in. There's just a balance to it. It's like you're not always doing the same thing. Like, I've never trained more than 3 days a week because I started with KINOBODY, really. As I say, I used to do home workouts and stuff before, but yeah. But I can't imagine being in the gym like every day. It'd be so, like, it keeps it fun. It keeps it alive. Like, I recently, like, this year for me has been the first half of the year I've been very much more on a mental and spiritual growth sort of journey. Like, my training's been there. I've kept it consistent, but I kind of fell out of love with it. And then I kind of had a moment like about a month ago where I was like, I feel like really good about where I am mentally and spiritually. It's really time to put them two in the back seat and let the energy that I've built within them to, like, supercharge my physical side of things. And I was like, right. It was just about the time that Greg re-released AFL, and then when he sent out those emails, it was like it's not for everyone, but like, if you've been maintaining for a couple of months and been in a bit of a rut and need to sort of get a kickstart again. And I was like, that's exactly where I am. So I tried that. I hit it for 2 weeks. I was going to go for more, but I started just doing a lot more manual labor around the house. But I lost about 5 pounds in weight, and I got back to it. It was like that. I just sort of tipped over that point where you're a couple of pounds over and you start to lose the definition.
Right.
And that's the point where it gets really you get really unmotivated. So just going through that 2 weeks brought me back into the game, and I was just like, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's go. Sorry, excuse my language. It's a channel. But yeah, so then, like, I'm now, after this, I'm a week into a 2-week maintenance break. I've just started the bodyweight training, and then I'm planning on hitting like an 8 to 12 week recomposition afterwards. But so, yeah, the balance of the lifestyle really, and the second thing, the feasts, especially the pancake feasts.
Oh yeah, Kino collagen pancakes, baby.
Oh yeah, Just the pancakes. Just shout out to Ricky, our Kino chef.
Ricky, baby.
But yeah, the food side of it is just, because you fast, you get to eat. Oh, it's just amazing. Amazing.
Totally. So you mentioned 2 things, just for our viewers who are kind of like new to the fitness game. You said something, maintenance, and then also you're on a recomposition. Can you kind of each of those and kind of
the maintenance? So I'm eating my maintenance calories, so I'm not going to be losing or gaining any fat. Well, I potentially could lose a little bit, but I'm just focusing on maintaining the weight that I've got to, and just enjoying where I'm at for a couple of weeks. After that, 2 weeks of going into the aggressive fat loss nutrition side of things. So letting my body just like recalibrate, because back last winter on my lean bulk, I got up to like 3,000 calories of my metabolism adapting. So
yeah,
I was before, like, as I say, because like where I wasn't really progressing as much the first half of the year, is because like I'd sort of started slowly bring down my calories. I got down to about 2,600. For the first month, I lost a load of weight on that, but then my body again adapted. Like, so when you come back down, you then got to keep adapting. And I don't know, mentally, because I wasn't 100% focused on my body at that point, I was just too skeptical and too afraid to sort of like lower the calories in the back of my mind. So I never did. But yeah, maintenance. So I'm eating 15 times my body weight, 150 pounds, 2,250 calories at the moment, and it's feeling great. So once that next week over, I'm going to go and move into the recomposition, which is obviously, for the viewers, it's where you're in a state where you lose fat at a slower rate, and you can also gain muscle at a slow rate by putting yourself in either. There's 2 methods of doing it, which Greg has. I'm going to do the 5-2 method, which so 5 days in a deficit, 2 days in a surplus.
And so when you do your deficit and surplus, what do you go like 200 to 400 calories deficit and surplus, or what do you do?
400 and 400.
400. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. That sounds, man, that's pretty inspiring, man. I loved hearing your story, and it's crazy to think that, you know, I kind of see fitness as like an art form almost, like where everybody kind of has their own perspective and their own kind of flavor to add to it. You know, obviously Greg has added his to it. You know, you have all these fitness gurus out there that put theirs into it, and then you have like the loyal followers like us that, hey, it works, and you know, we kind of have our own take on it, but at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, we get results, and it, you know, and it makes us happy. Because I mean, look at us, we're pretty shredded, man. We got our Kino clothing stuff on, and you know,
oh mate, we're just getting started. We're looking great. We're just getting started.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, no, I like what you're saying there. Everyone seems also everyone like has a niche or like an area of like the a training style they like. Like, for example, Scott, our head coach in the coaching group, he's not a massive fan for himself of the bodyweight training, and he just loves pumping iron. Yeah, I'm a bit more the opposite to that. I do like lifting weights and stuff, but there's just something different about the bodyweight training. It just makes you feel like some epic hero out of like also what Greg was saying about like when Hollywood movies, they never film the heroes or the main characters benching or squatting. It's always some epic like weighted pull-ups, or like, for example, in Arrow, Stephen Amell when he does the what's it called, the salmon ladder. That thing is awesome. I need to try one of them. I need to try one of them. Dude. But yeah, so on that, with like like going back to what I was saying about the beginning of the year with the whole mental block in terms of my fitness, just in falling out of love with the training, I needed to go back to my roots. So, and then I was watching a load of Greg's old YouTube videos for a bit of inspiration. He said about how his history in bodyweight training really translated well into making him stronger in the gym. So I was like, well, where I'm at, I can still build up to the elite level of bodyweight training. So that's like become my number one goal at the moment, and that's why I'm doing the recomposition, because obviously the less body fat you have, the easier the movements become. So for me, I want to at the moment master my body weight and then go back to sort of training in the gym.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a pretty cool strategy, man. So can you tell me what your typical day's like? So especially on like the training days. So from the moment you wake up to your workout.
Well, it depends on the day, because the first half of the week I walk the dog. So, like, say, for example, on Monday, like at the moment, my routine is very much, I go to bed about 11 p.m., unless it's Monday, because we have the coaching call, which is 11 p.m. for me. So I'll go to bed about 12. But naturally, my body tends to wake up about 7 a.m. in the morning. So what I'll do is, like, normally I'm in bed and the dog's like cuddled up there, but I'll just basically grab my phone, whack the Power of Now on for the first half an hour. Nice. And just leave that there and just lie in bed and just like slowly wake up, appreciate what I have and everything. So it just kicks off the day. And then I'll get up, have a shower, have my first coffee. So just, again, like the first sort of hour of the day is all about just trying to ignore like social media and everything and just be in the moment, just appreciate what I have and just start the day with like loads of positivity. But then so on like the earlier weeks of the day, then I'll take the dog for like a walk, get my steps in, and then I'll come back, I'll hit my octane, at the moment I'm doing the superhero stacks. I'm doing the octane, the aminos and the gains. Wow. And then I'll hit my training, and so I'll then have a meal, and I'll break my fast at about 1 p.m, so about 5 to 6 hours into the day. Then I'll spend like the next 3 hours doing some work, so get some work done, then have my second meal. At the moment I haven't got a major schedule set because of how, as I say, like some days I've got to walk the dog, some I don't, but I'll tend to sort of have like a 3 hour period in the morning, a 3 hour period between my first and second meal, and then like another 3 hour period. So in those 3 hours, it's either a workout and walk the dog, get some work done. And at the moment, I noticed I've just finished it today, actually, saying about it. I was reading Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights.
Awesome book, man. Yeah, I'm
so like I take some time for myself.
Yeah,
that book was amazing.
Yeah.
is the best book I've read in a long while.
Oh, dude, I didn't know he had such a sense of humor, man. Like his sense of humor is, man, it's just
it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's great, man.
I finished it this morning, actually. As I say, it's Friday, so I didn't walk the dog this morning, so I just sort of sat out in the garden with a coffee. Well, no, actually this morning I got up and got a load of work done for about an hour or two. Then I went and sat out in the garden and just read the book for like or however long the last chapter took me to finish, basically before my workout. But yeah, and I've gone and I've got Audible, so I've gone and downloaded the audio version of it as well, because a book like that is amazing to take in, like as you're reading it, but listening to it as well is something else. So
yeah, and I heard he reads it. I heard it's in his voice too, so that's like a special plus.
Yeah, no, he's got one of those iconic voices, so it should be a good listen as well.
All right. Yeah, how did you find it? All
right.
There we go. I have a few questions, a few more questions for you, my man. So,
that's cool.
First one is, how did you're one of the top, I would guess you're one of the top Kino body coaches. So can you kind of give us a little rundown to how that came to be and exactly, what you do and things of that nature?
Well, it was like, I think it's about, we started the coaching, or I started as a client, like you're an OG, aren't you? You started the very first month as well, didn't you? Yeah. So I started in January with the first 300, and then obviously we hit COVID, so Greg extended it. And then after about the 6th month, like Scott's mentioned it on the calls before, it was just like, obviously you probably remember, I was just posting all the time, putting a load of energy into the group, helping where I could. And then eventually after sort of, because I can't remember when it was, but Joe was the first coach and he started at the very beginning as a coach. They then took on Ricky, because obviously for his cooking and him being the chef. And then it was about late July, August time, Greg and Scott reached out to me and took me on board.
Nice.
And then I think about 3 months later, we had Zach join, and he's the latest addition. But yeah, so it was, from what I can remember, it's just all the energy and effort I was putting in. It just stood out to Greg and Scott, and they just reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to join the team. And obviously, that was a big yes. So I was like, no, let me think about it, mate. No, yes, let's go.
And it's cool because it's like it's full circle, man, right? Because I mean, you discovered the program, a little skeptical at first, but you did it, changed your life, and now you're inspiring so many others. I mean, I look at your posts, dude, and it's just like, I mean, it gets me going. I mean, there's days where, we're all human. There's days where I'm just like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get my 10,000 steps in. But, I see your posts and I'm just like, dude, I'm getting out of bed. I'm going to do this. So thank you. I really appreciate your post, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Like I did a terrible job at it back in the day. I was a completely different person. Do you remember the Kino Gladiators?
Kino Gladiators. No,
that was a 2019 thing. It was like the first ambassador group.
Oh no, I never heard of that. No,
I was part of that. I think I made like one sale. In the whole, like, goodness knows how many months it was active.
Yeah.
But like, you can flick back through my Instagram feed, like it's all the sort of model shots of me with short hair, but like all the captions and stuff I wrote back then, I really got into it, into creative writing and inspirational posting. And then I kind of came to this point in my life where I was like, it was like I needed one of those, like, where like Bruce Wayne disappears off into the mountains for like 10 years to go and like sort himself out. It wasn't 10 years, but I just like took about 1.5 years out of Instagram. And a lot of that was while we're in the coaching. So I was like, right, I've sort of been helping out a lot of people recently, but it's time to work on myself. So
right, exactly.
But yeah, so I'm trying to get back into it, but I don't know, all the algorithms I learned about and stuff back then, and everything's so different. It's like how the hell do you reach all these people?
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, to know that it like helps you out or like speaks to you, man, that's pretty great to hear. Like, likewise with your posts, man. Your energy's fire, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it, dude. It means a lot. So I'm gonna be working out like you, my man, because for, you know, just to take it back a little bit, like for me, I love doing weights. I mean, I've done the body weight training, especially during COVID, but for me, as far as like my strength gains and things like that, I love doing the weight program. So now I'm going to be doing your program. I think it was Workout C that you sent over to me. Can you kind of go into what Workout C consists of and what I'll be doing?
Workout C is the best day. You start off with the one arm push-up variations. So you can be doing either of the variations of the one arm push-up, or I know one thing Greg likes to chuck in place that if you've been doing the one arm push-ups for a while is the where you get your feet on the bench, the 2 Parallettes bars and a weighted knapsack or something, and you do the side to side push-ups weighted. But yeah, so you find what variation of the one arm push-up you're at, and you do 2 sets of that as your 2 heavy sets, and then you do a 3rd set of an easier variation for like max reps. And then you move on to sternum pull-ups, I think it is. Yeah, 3 sets of sternum pull-ups.
Yeah.
6 to 10 reps, yeah. Whatever. Again, there's a couple of variations of them. Like you've got neutral grip, pull-up grip, and then the elite one is like side-to-side pull-up grip, which that looks fire. I want to build up to that, but we'll get there. It's about the journey. All
right.
And then I think the 3rd exercise is because I'm on phase 1, so there's 2 sets of feet elevated diamond push-ups or triangle push-ups, whatever you want to call them. If it's too easy, today I added weight. I don't know if you want to do that, but I basically got a knapsack and chucked a couple of plates in there.
Oh, no.
And then it's a couple of sets of curls.
Oh,
or you can do the neutral grip chin-ups. So any sort of curl variation you want to do, but that set is more for volume rather than tension. So you want to find a variation or a weight that you can basically knock out for the 12 to 15. 2 sets. I think it's like a minute break. Yeah, it's like a minute break. And then I believe you just finish with the it's the hanging knee raises.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
Or hanging leg raises, and whichever variation you can do it then. So,
okay,
the 5 exercises. So
nice. I'm looking forward to it, man. Well, I'm gonna do it, and I'll share with you my results. Obviously, you'll see the video and how it pans out.
You've probably seen like a couple of snippets of mine today. I've been posting. I didn't want to put out too much because I was sending most of it to you, but I put out a little bit today on my Instagram and stuff. So
yeah, some of that. I'm excited to do the one arm push-ups because I have not done those in forever. So
yeah, same here, man. I hadn't done all. I think the last time I did them was back in January.
Yeah,
about January time. But I noticed I got my brother to film me doing my 2nd set, and I was doing because I built up last year to doing them with my feet on the bench. So I was like, I haven't tried it this year in that variation. So I was like, right, come on, we're filming for the video today. Let's push the limits. Let's push ourselves now. Got back on trying it like that. The 1st set went really, really well.
Nice.
2nd set, I got the 6 reps on each arm, but you watch the video and my back just every rep I just arch and arch and arch. My core just starts to give way, man. So I think moving forward for at least this phase, I'm gonna keep it at that variation, but I'm not gonna up the weights. I'm gonna focus on the form and then build up the reps.
Yeah, we got to get to the point where, you see Greg when he does the one arm and he slaps himself when he does it.
Oh, mate, I tried that a lot. Me and Ricky.
How is that even possible, dude? I don't understand how he can do that.
I fell on my face the first time I tried that. Yeah. I think I got 1 or 2 reps after that, really pushed myself. But Greg, you see that video and he's doing me, he's like, slap.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude.
And it's like, mate, how can you keep going for that long?
Yeah, I'm just like, that's just, whew. Well, we're lucky to discover them, and now hopefully we'll get to that point. But final question for you, my man. So I'd like to ask, all the people I've met, and is if you had the opportunity to go into the future and talk to your future self, we'll just say 25 years down the road, what would you hope that future self would tell you?
I'd imagine he'd put his hand on my shoulder and tell me I made it. All of it. every single dream, every single goal, and that keeping the faith was 100% worth it. Being relentless was 100% worth it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Cool, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to doing your workouts. And everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow Tommy. I'll put up his Instagram handle on here again. He is the man and very inspiring. And if you're looking to change your life when it comes to fitness or even life in general, make sure you check out any of the KINOBODY programs. I'll be sure to leave links down in the description, and you can definitely hit those up and support the cause. All right, Tommy, thanks for your time, my man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, join the revolution, guys.